didn't even touch on like the high conversion of the sales pages, in which I've used lead pages. I don't know if they're still around, but I've used lead pages before. The conversion rates were not the same as what I have now, where it's literally almost like every customer that touches on my page, they do purchase.
Hey guys, this is Scott from Samcart, and we are here live with Dr. Sujay Price of SujayPrice.com. And Sujay, appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time out to chat.
Hello, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, awesome. So Sujay is a Samcart user, is someone who has a really awesome kind of multi-channel thing kind of going on that she's using Samcart to power. And so Sujay, why don't you just give us kind of the quick elevator pitch version of who you are, who you serve, and what you do?
Sure. So I am Dr. Sujay Price, best-selling author, speaker, and entrepreneur of SujayPrice.com. Sorry about that, SujayPrice.com. And I help authors get published. I do corporate trainings. I have a nonprofit. And I'm quite sure I have other stuff. So I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur.
You have so many irons in the fire. We were forgetting about irons in the fire. That's always a good thing, though. I think when you have revenue streams and you kind of have trouble counting them, I think that's always kind of a good idea. So I like
yes. And
well, we talked about it right before we kind of got on, but we have a mutual friend that kind of introduced you to the world of Samcart. It's just, why don't you tell everybody, how did you first find Samcart? When did you kind of show up on the scene here?
Sure. So I actually found Samcart through Nicole Walters. I was introduced to it through one of her programs, and I realized how amazing Samcart is and how it just streamlines everything and saves me a ton of time being the multi-passionate entrepreneur. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. So one of the things you mentioned, of course, right, is that element of time saving, that element of trying to take what you're doing and multiply it out. So it's like Samcart is sort of someone's outsourced designer, outsourced tech person, outsourced all this kind of stuff. Can you just highlight, is there a couple individual things or specific elements about Samcart that help you run your business more efficiently, more effectively?
Sure. So where to start, right? Where to start? The biggest thing that I love about Samcart is the integration ability, the ability to literally, after a customer buys something, and then streamlining them into, let's say, my mailing list, or, giving them the option to add on a product. So I really love that integration ability and that automation, that it does it while it's by itself, while I'm sleeping or while I'm on vacation or whatever it is that I'm doing. So I can focus on other things in the business, or businesses in my case. So I love that. I love the fact that it has templates. So even if my web designer is busy, I can go in and drag and drop and DIY it myself, or I can send in my assistant. But basically anyone on the team, in case of an emergency, can use it because of the templates that allow for you to DIY yourself. And then my last, well, not my last favorite, but like one of my other favorites is the digital product delivery. So I don't have to have, I don't know if I'm allowed to name drop.
By all means, you do whatever you feel is right. Yeah.
But while there's other products like Dropbox or Google Drive or stuff like that, but in this case where I don't need to give, let's say, a consumer access to my Google Drive, it allows for digital product delivery without me having to use or pay for any other platform or service. And I'm big on cutting budgets and saving time. So that's the synopsis of things. I have a whole list to go on, but yeah.
We'll see how long people want to watch this video, right? We'll give the uncut director's cut, all right? We'll save that one for later. That's awesome. I love hearing that. So obviously you're someone who, with a bunch of different irons in the fire, a bunch of different brands that you're sort of owning and operating, spinning up things quickly and bringing them from idea to real world and ready to kind of take money and turn them into revenue is really important for you. Can you speak at all to kind of like how Samcart has helped you do that process very quickly, obviously amongst a bunch of different brands?
Yeah. So Samcart allows for me to basically introduce the consumers to my products. So it's kind of like the first system, I guess you would say, that they come across, but they don't know that, but it's the first system that they come across that basically gets them the product and of course makes me money. So a lot of my Samcart products has to do with my intro products. So whether it is trainings or whether it is a ebook or a checklist or something like that, it allows for that. One of the other things that I'm currently working on is also a membership platform. And Samcart would allow that as well, because I noticed that you guys have the ability to do the subscription.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And which makes it easy, because many individuals who are building a membership platform, they look for how can, like, you know, they search, check, ask on Facebook, anyone knows this, anyone knows that. And literally Samcart has all the answers. So I'm paying that one fee. I'm selling my intro products. I'm about to start selling my membership. And and I can even send my business. So one of the things that I also do is help authors get published, as mentioned before. And the books can also go on that as well. So for my next book, I'm going to be creating an author page through Samcart as well.
Awesome. So, love that. Very, very cool.
Some of the things it allows me to do to make money.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's really the goal, right? The goal is to help you, not every time you have an idea, I want you to be able to make money from it, right? So I'm glad to hear that we've been able to help you out in that kind of respect. So you mentioned that previously you do some other tools to run e-commerce, to collect payments, things like WooCommerce, things like that. What has the experience been like for you? Have results gotten better? Has anything, what is your life like, having moved to Samcart from some other platforms that you've used in the past?
Sure. So I've definitely used WooCommerce. I've used also Square, I believe, to try and integrate to sell digital products or services or different things like that. The biggest thing that I've found is that ability to be streamlined, smooth, and effectively without me having to go in and manually, let's say the next day, go through 20 sales overnight and manually send out products, or without me having to worry about, did a receipt go out to that consumer? Did they get their receipt? And also the analytics as well. Not the other ones that I've used haven't been always easy for me to understand the analytics. And that's important, because if you're not a data guru, if you didn't study qual and quant, then you just need simple things. And I understand qual data, but I don't understand quant so well, which has to do with the numbers. And so Samcart, just having those analytics where it's easy to read and it makes common sense. That's a big thing for me. So I really, working with the other platforms, like I said, like WooCommerce, Square, they're nice, they're popular, but that seamless integration option is not there. And from a consumer standpoint, I've heard individuals say, like in comparison to using this, or when they buy certain products, me knowing what it's on, I've heard them say, like with Samcart, we really like how we got that, automatically. It's so well organized. That is the big thing. And that's important, because that's my brand, that's my company. You want to have those good customer feedback. You want to have those positive testimonials, You don't, in today's world, you don't need anyone bashing you on social media because you forgot to send the product out. So all of these things are important, essentially. And yeah.
I love it. No, I think we need to put that on a poster on the wall here somewhere in the office where it just says Samcart. It's just common sense. I think that makes sense.
Literally.
I like that one a lot. I think that would work out pretty good. One of my favorite things that you highlighted before was just kind of like the lifestyle aspect of it. I mean, most people who start their own business, right? We're here because we love competition and we love pushing ourselves and driving. But of course, there's an element of working to live, not living to work, right? And so you said, this one kind of great quote. I just want to see if how is Samcart been able to help sort of drive that part of your life?
Samcart has been able to drive that part of my life by literally giving me freedom. It gives me back time. So once I, let's say, take a few hours, set up everything on the back end, I can literally do what I'm doing and make sales. So like earlier this month, I took a quarantine vacation to Jamaica. and because it was probably one of the safest places to travel. And so I ran away for a few, but while I was there, I had a birthday sale that was going on. So my social media manager was managing from that aspect, but every single thing that I sold was being sold through Samcart. So while I was away on vacation doing my thing, relaxing, I was still able to generate revenue because I had these systems set up behind the scenes. I didn't have to worry about the assistant sent out the products. Did so-and-so get the links? You know, did they get their receipts? Everything was literally, oh, click link in my bio. They do that. Everything else gets done. So having that ability is amazing. And even just, you know, from that, like long term as well, I've noticed that other entrepreneurs who use it, when they go on maternity leave or something like that, you'll notice, well, I notice because I look into these things, that they are having, let's say, lots of sales, or, you know, while they're on maternity leave, but they're doing that because they're using a product such as Samcart, which allows for the automation to get done, saving a lot of time. And I know that my web person really appreciates me not overburdening.
Okay, third time's a charm.
Overburdening the web hosting with all these sales page and all these things. So just having another system that takes care of that for me is amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely love it. I think that one piece is you're on vacation, you're escaping coronavirus, right? And making sales at the same time. That is a pretty sweet deal. You got to like that.
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. So so Jay, people who are going to watch this video are people who are generally going to be thinking about, should I use Samcart to run my e-commerce and do payments and things like that, right? What would you say to that person?
I would tell them yes. As I said before,
that's great. End the video. That's it. Yeah.
Yes, it's no doubt you should use it, because you're paying your money's worth, and then it's also paying for itself by the time you get all the sales. And I didn't even touch on like the high conversion of the sales pages, in which I've used lead pages. I don't know if they're still around, but I've used lead pages before, and the conversion rates were not the same as what I have now, where it's literally almost like every customer that touches on my page, they do purchase and they use a product, which allows for me to streamline them into other services and all those stuff, you know. But yeah, that's also another big thing. So definitely use Samcart. It's not a lot of companies that I like literally give my voice to. So if I'm doing this, it's because I honestly love it. I really do.
Well, we really, really appreciate that. Definitely never something we take lightly. And we know that for people to get out there and stump for something is a pretty big deal. So we definitely appreciate it. And love it. I'm not sure there's anything else we could possibly say that would cap that. So Jay, if somebody wanted to find you and learn more about who you are and what you're doing and get involved, where would you tell them to go find you?
You can find me on sajayprice.com, and I am also on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Dr. Sajay Price.
At Dr. Sajay Price. Awesome. Well, Sajay, thank you so much for taking the time. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, for those of you guys who are watching this video, thanks again to Sajay for coming out and just sharing her experience and talking about Samcart. Of course, if you guys want to learn more about what's going on over at Samcart and learn more about why people like Sajay are growing their businesses, growing their bottom line using our platform, head over to samcart.com and you can see this video and a lot of other ones just like it and see what Samcart can do for you.